Okay, let's go ahead and start the PowerPoint presentation here. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where you are. This is Agent Norman, and I'm called Agent Norman simply because I'm a licensed health, life, and annuities insurance agent. I am not a government agent, but we're not here to talk about insurance. We're going to talk about annuities. I'm going to show you how to take a small amount of money and create an annuity that's going to make you rich in a very short amount of time. Let me start by saying that this is not a sales presentation either. We're not here to try to sell you lotions. We're not trying to sell you potions, pills. We're not trying to sell you a travel club membership or some sort of timeshare. And we're not going to try to convince you to change your cable, your internet, or your home security provider. This is an invitation, not a sales presentation. I'm a financial advisor, not a used car salesman. Either I or somebody in my network invited you to view this opportunity because most people simply don't know these things exist. So welcome. I'm going to show you how to double your money and how to multiply your money and how to do that fast. I'm going to present the information, and it's totally up to you to take some action, or you can sit back and you can procrastinate and see what happens and miss out on another life-changing opportunity. Most of you are not rich material, and that's a fact. I mean, you like watching videos about getting rich, and you like watching rich people, but you never actually take any action and do the little things that it takes to get rich or do the things that rich people do. We call those people looky-loo or looky-loosey. Nobody's going to try to pressure you. Nobody's going to try to persuade you to do anything. I mean, if you want to change your own life and help others close to you change their life, then pay attention and take some action at the end of the presentation. That is totally your call. Now, that being said, let's go ahead and get started. And for some of you that sucked at math or you didn't pay attention in math class, you better pay closer attention than the others, and you may want to pull out your calculator so that you can recheck my numbers as we go if you don't agree with what you're seeing with your own eyes. So here we go. Join my network. I call my network the Get Rich Network, and please note that it's not the Get Rich Quick Network. This is going to take some time, and it is going to take some effort. And I'm going to help you get rich, and you're going to help somebody else get rich. And we're not talking about six figures, $10,000 per month, $20,000 per month. That's not rich. That's actually comfortable living. We're talking about seven figures, multiple seven-figure income per year. Let's go ahead and move on here. I want to keep this as short as possible. Of course, you ask how. I mean, is this a gimmick? Is this a scam? As I said, I'm a licensed insurance agent. I can't be involved in any type of fraud or any type of scams. And I'm going to show you so you can see this with your own eyes. I guarantee you that it is not a gimmick and it is not a scam. The first thing you're going to need to do is build a network. I mean, a network is basically a bunch of individuals. They're working to achieve their goals. They're trying to make money. They're trying to get rich. And while they're working to achieve their goals, they're simultaneously helping you to achieve your goals. I mean, you can do this by yourself if you wanted to do that, but it would be more risky. The second thing you're going to need is the power of compound interest. I mean, what if you could earn 2% daily on your money? I mean, you double your money every 50 days, right? Just basic, simple math. I mean, 2% daily times 50 days, that's 100%. That is basic math. Anybody can do that, right? Let's go ahead and move on here. I think most of you are probably familiar with this chart. If you took a penny and you doubled it every day for 30 days, you'd be a millionaire. Actually, be multi-millionaire. You have $5,368. But we're not doubling our money every day. It's taking 50 days. So the 50 days times the 28 periods that you see here to go from a penny to 1 million is 28 days. That's 1,400 days. 1,400 days divided by 365, which is a year, is 3.84 years. That's how long it would take you to actually become a millionaire if you just took a penny and put it into your annuity and let it sit there gaining 2% daily. Let's go ahead and take a look at annuity here. I'm going to get out of the PowerPoint presentation, and we're initially going to start with a $100 initial investment. We're going to add $1 to it daily at 1% daily interest. We're not even going to use the 2%. We're going to keep it really, really conservative because the bank that I'm going to start most of you all off with pays 1% daily. We're going to use 365 days. That's a year. And of course, we're going to use end of period compounding. So let's go ahead and go out of the PowerPoint. Let's go into the calculator here. And you're going to have the URL to this calculator. If you want to pause the video and go back and get the URL so you can follow along, this is the URL to the financial calculator. Let's go ahead and put the numbers in there. Say we're going to start with 100. I'm sorry, that's 365 periods. We're going to start with 100. We're going to use 1%, and we're going to use $1. We're going to increase that by $1 at the end of the period, and we're simply going to calculate it. So you see at the end of the first year we'd have $7,456 just from that initial $100 investment. At the beginning of the second year, now we're going to start with the $74.56. That's what's over there, $74.56. Now that 10% of that is going to be about what, $74-$75. So you're going to be adding $74.75. Let's just put 74 in there, and now let's see where we'll be at the end of year 2. You're going to be at 553,000. Let's go ahead and take a look at the end of year 3. We're going to start with 553,910, and 10% of that is going to be about what, $5,500 per month. 5500. Let's put that in there and see where we're going to be there. Now you're going to be at the end of year 3, you're going to be at $41 million. I mean, can you believe your own eyes? That is the power of compound interest. But of course, we said we'd be starting with a penny. So let's go ahead and take a look just to check the calculator here. Let's say we check that penny theory. 0.01, that's a penny, and we're doubling our money, which is 100% interest. And we're not going to put anything in there. You're just going to let it sit there and do absolutely nothing, just 0. Put 0 in there, and let's try that. And let's see where we're going to be. And you see it's actually at 10 million. Remember on the chart it said 5, but if we scroll down, of course you have the URL to this calculator. If you scroll down, you see at the beginning the numbers match. At the beginning you have to see the starting balance, 5,368,709, which is what was on the chart. And of course at the end of that period, because you're still compounding, you would be at 10 million at the end of that next period. But let's go ahead and see where we'll be here. We want to try 0, and we're not going to add anything because obviously we're dealing with 1%. So let's change this back to 1%. And how much time would it take to actually do that? I already know because I put it in the calculator. It would take 1,860 days. That's to show you so that you can see this with your own eyes here. 1% starting with a penny, 1,860 days, which is 5.1 years. Let's go ahead and calculate that. We're not adding anything to it. You see that would put you at $1 million. And 1,860 days, as I said, is 5.1 years. Let's go ahead and take a look at another scenario here, simply because you can't start with a penny. The minimum investment to get started on this platform is going to be $1. I already know because I played around with the calculator. It takes 1,460 days to go from $1 at 1% interest over to a balance of 2 million actually. So that's what you're looking at on that. Let's put some other scenarios in there because I think most people can afford to start with more than $1. So realistically, let's go ahead and use, let's say, a starting principal of 100. Let's just take a look at that. 1%, we're not putting anything else in there. And well, let's change this around here. Instead of 460 days, let's see here, we're going to use 950 days. Let's see what that looks like. 950 days breaks out to about 2.6 years. And you see what that puts you at. That's at 1,000 though. Let's put that back at 100. And you have the URL. Just to give you an idea here, I'm playing around with the numbers. You can kind of play around with the numbers at your own leisure. I don't want to prolong this video. Let's take a look at 500 just to see what that would actually break out to. Not putting anything in there, 1%. And that would actually put you at 6 million. That's at 950 days. I already know it takes 800 days with the 500. So I put it in the calculator when I was playing around with it just to show you here. And of course that's 1.4 million. 800 days is about 2.1 years. We already put 1,000 in there. Most of you just simply want to know how much does it take to put in there to be rich in 1 year. Let's try 365 days. I put that in there, and I know the starting principal, because you remember I had well, you haven't seen that part yet, but I know it takes $30,000 to start. So most of you don't have $30,000 to start with, but if you see you put $30,000 into the annuity at 1%, don't add anything to it, at the end of those 12 months, you'd have a $1 million, actually a $1.1 million portfolio. But let's go ahead and get back into the PowerPoint presentation here, see if we can pick up where we left off from. And I want to keep the video as short as possible. We tried the $100 initial investment. I showed you that. We went over the second year, which is 74.56. That's how we got to the 553,000. Then we put the 553,000 in there, and that's how we got to the 41 million. We played around with the penny just to check the calculator. We saw that the calculator is accurate, and we also did the penny because we're not dealing with doubling our money. We're dealing with 1%. It takes 5.1 years to go from a penny up to over a million. The $1 initial investment would take 4 years. We went over that on the calculator. The $100 investment at 1%, it would take 2.6 years. And I think we also did the 500, that would take 2.1 years at 1%. We also did 1,000, I think we put in there, that would take 1.9 years, which is 700 days. And we did the 5,000, which would take 18 months. We put 18 months out there a lot. And for those of you that want to get rich within a year, you know you have to put $30,000 initial investment into your annuity to have $1 million in there at the end of 12 months. That is getting rich fast. But of course, you got to use Forex to do this. Forex has volume of $5.3 trillion daily. That's daily. That's more than most countries. Or you can compare that to the stock markets. And that's all stock markets combined. That's Chicago, New York, Hong Kong. That's all of them combined. Tokyo. They're only doing $250 billion daily. This larger market in Forex creates an opportunity for basically everybody that wants wealth to create wealth. And of course, you don't have to learn how to trade. And you don't even have to learn Forex. I mean, this is passive income. The trading is done for us. We are simply sharing in the profits. But if you want to learn how to trade, have at it. We do have courses on how to learn Forex. And of course, you can invest as large or as small as you can afford. Anywhere from $1 up to $1 million. It's totally up to you how much money you start with your portfolio or your annuity. The good thing about Forex is you can be a small fish in a large ocean, and you can still be rich because there's just so much volume there. There's enough for everybody to go around. Taking a look at an initial portfolio, just so you can see this on paper outside of the calculator, you started with a $500 portfolio, 2% daily on 500. Obviously, it's $10 daily. $10 daily times 50 days, obviously, is $500. So you're doubling your money. So you see at the end of the first 50 days, that 500 would double to 1,000. Excuse me. That 1,000 would double to 2,000, 4,000, 8,000 until you get all the way down to 1 million at the end of the 11th period. Those 11 periods are 50 days, which equals 550 days. Forex trades 5 days per week, not 7 days per week. So that's 110 weeks, which is 26 months. Most people would be happy going from a $500 portfolio to a $1 million portfolio. But that's simple interest. We are dealing with compound interest, and compound interest works a lot faster. So let's go ahead and take a look at the same chart. Well, actually, let's go ahead and take a look at this chart here. Just compounding here. Day 1, you still have 510, but you see with compound interest, day 2, instead of an even 520, now you have an additional 20 cents. Day 3, you have additional money until you actually get down to day 35 or day 36, where you've actually doubled your money. So let's go ahead and move back to the same chart here. Putting that in, the same $500 portfolio. Now doubling that, those 11 periods are now 36 days, which is 396 days total, divided by 5 days per week is 79 weeks, which is 18 months. The reason I'm showing you this is simply don't want you to think that we pull these numbers out of the air. These numbers have a basis. The main thing here is where can you get 1% or 2% daily on your money. I actually have some platforms that are paying 4, 5, 6%, but we're going to keep this really conservative. But you want to double your money every 36 days. And of course, that's what I know right now that you don't know yet, but you will. And of course, for some of you, where can you get 100, 500, $5,000, $30,000 to put in your portfolio to get started? And of course, I have the answer to that also. Let's go ahead and move on here. The key points in your portfolio I want to point out before we go further is on the 4th period, when you have $8,000 sitting on your portfolio, paying 2% daily, that's creating an income of $160 daily, 5 days per week. That actually gives you $800 weekly, which is about $42,000 per year. Most of you could live off of $42,000 per year, but but that is not our goal. Taking a look at period 9 of your portfolio, you actually have 256 in your annuity or your portfolio, still paying 2% daily. It's giving you an income of $5,120 daily, 5 days per week. $25,000 weekly is an income of $1.3 million annually. You're already a millionaire. You just don't have $1 million in your account. But of course, our goal is to have $1 million in the portfolio, which is at 2%, $20,000 daily, 5 days per week, $100,000 in weekly income, gives you the income that you see on most of the ads at $5,324,800 annual income. That's where that number comes from, just so that you don't think we made these numbers up or we just simply pick these numbers out of the air. I'm going to pause the video for just a second to grab a drink of water here. My throat is a little dry. We'll be right back and pick up where we left off. Okay, let's go ahead and get back into the PowerPoint presentation here. Let's see if we can pick up from the from where we left off. Of course, again, the big question here is where can you get 1%, 2% daily on your money, and of course, where can you get seed money to get started in the first place for most of you? And of course, that's what I know that you don't know. And of course, if you want to know what I know, first thing I need you to do, obviously, is follow instructions. That's going to be the main thing. Follow instructions. You don't have to come out and reinvent the wheel. There's a step-by-step business plan. Just simply follow the business plan. I also need you to learn how to use crypto. We need you to learn how to buy, how to sell, how to send, how to receive, and how to transfer Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dogecoin, or any type of crypto that you wanted to deal with. I mean, you can't do this dealing with dollars. A dollar is only worth $1, and it's going to be worth $1 today. It's going to be worth $1 tomorrow, and it's going to be worth $1 next year. We're dealing with Forex, and Forex is a combination of fiats matched up against each other, gold against silver, dollar against the euro. You're going to have to know how to use crypto, which is relatively easy. I need you to commit to bringing 3 people into the business also, and that's in any amount of time. It could be 3 people in one day. It could be 3 people over the course of 10 years, 1 person per year. We just need you to commit to bringing 3 people into the business. Referral marketing is our primary business. That is what we do. And of course, you're saying, why bother with referrals? You know, I can get rich all by myself. I can just simply invest $30,000 and I'd be rich at the end of 12 months. We're going to cover that in just a second. But as I said earlier, referral marketing is what we do. The investment income is simply an added bonus so that you can multiply a portion of the income that you're receiving from referral marketing so that you can achieve your results faster. That's going to be the smartest way to achieve success. Here's how you get 3 referrals for those of you that don't know anything about referral marketing. Obviously, word of mouth. I mean, because we're not selling anything. We're not selling lotions, potions, pills. I mean, so of course you want to get your family involved. I mean, 2 of my referrals are my kids. You know, why would you not want to share this opportunity with the people closest to you? You know, your family, your friends, your colleagues, you know, your associates. Right now, they have money sitting around over at Bank of America or Wells Fargo earning 1% per year. You know, per year. That's yearly. That's what I call dead money. You know, they may have good investments, you know, mutual funds or stocks, and they may be getting 6%, 10% per year. But that's per year. That's crazy. We know you can get 1%, 2%, 3% per day. You know, and your conversation with your colleagues or your friends may go something like this. Here's a conversation right up here. Hey, Joe. You know, I'm earning 2% daily return on my portfolio. You know, man, I'm doubling my money every 2 months. You know, you want to get in on this? You want to take a look at it? Here's a website. Give them a card or write down your URL, your website address, and let them take a look at it. That's it. You don't have to go out and try to convince them or sell them anything. This is not multi-level marketing or something that we're dealing with. You know, you can place something on your personal Facebook timeline. You know, this is what I put on my timeline. You know, do I have any friends out there that want to help me get rich? And yes, of course, you can get rich too. And then, of course, you just attach the intro video to it that you had, and that. Well, let's go ahead and put this on pause here. My PowerPoint crashed. Okay, let's pick up where we left off here. Let's get back into this. I'm having problems with my computer here. As I was saying, this is what I personally post on my personal Facebook timeline. Maybe do this maybe once a week or once a month or something like that. You know, I don't like bothering my friends or family that much. You know, but hey, you know, anyone help me get rich? Want to help me get rich? And of course, yeah, you can get rich too. And just attach the intro video to the post and just let them watch the video. You know, you can do the same thing on Instagram, Twitter, your LinkedIn, or your Reddit, or the same same thing with the contacts in your cell phone. It's totally up to them whether or not they want to respond. You can join Facebook groups, related to work from home opportunities, to making money online, to investing, crypto, Forex. Let's go ahead and go out of the PowerPoint for just a second, and let's take a look at the list here. This is the list that I use. You can come in and join these groups. If you want my list of my groups, it's on the website when you get there. Let's go ahead and show you the website briefly here. Also, when you join my team, you're actually going to get a copy of the website, and it already has how to get 3 referrals in there, and you can use any of these type things here. So it's already in there, and the list is in here. If you want to use, let's say, Facebook groups or something like that, and you click on that link, it'll take you to the page, and you'll be able to download that list. Let's go ahead and get out of that. Let's go ahead and go back into the list. And to post in the groups, the only thing you have to do is pretty much just click on the thing here, and it will take you to the group. Once you highlight that, let's see here. Well, it's not doing it now, probably because I'm recording. But once you get over to the group, if you're not a member of the group, obviously you have to request to be approved in the group, and then you can simply post in the group. So I don't know why that's not taking me to the website now, but typically it does. Probably, well, there it is, and it will take you to the group. And obviously what you want to do is you just want to go over into the news feed. And once you get over into the news feed, you can simply post what I just showed you, or create your own post. What's on your mind, create your own post, and then simply just attach the video. I mean, it's that simple. It takes one second, takes about 30 seconds to post in one group. I typically post in about 30 groups per day, on maybe 2-3 days per week, something like that. You don't have to go overboard, because again, you're not trying to recruit the world. You're only looking for 3 people in life. So let's go ahead and now get back into the let's close this stuff out here. Let's go ahead and get out of that. Let's go ahead and get back into the PowerPoint presentation. And let's see if we can pick up from the current slide. Just wanted to show you that so you can see how easy it is to post in these groups. It doesn't take much time at all. Let's go ahead and move on to the next slide here and start wrapping this video up. Of course, you can drop your own flyers. You can drop my flyers. You can drop one of your own flyers in the Facebook groups, the Instagrams, the Twitter. You just have to do it on a consistent basis until you get 3 people or as many people as you want to bring into your organization. Of course, you can create your own YouTube channel. I put the tools in there to create professional videos. You don't actually have to sit down in front of a computer and make videos. You can simply use the tools that are on the website to create a YouTube channel, and that's going to get visitors. You can drop text ads. I drop ads directly on cell phones. You can drop 10,000, 30,000 ads daily on cell phones until you get 3 people, 5 people, 10 people. It's totally up to you. You don't have to stop at 3, and that software is going to be free for you for the first 30 days to get in and send as many messages as you want to send. And again, this is going to be on your website. You can drop voice ads if you want to do that. You want to drop messages directly on answering machines? Totally up to you. You can use the software to do telemarketing. Someone picks up, hey, you want to get rich? And that's billed every 6 seconds. That's also on the website that you get a copy of. You can drop Craigslist ads in different locations. It costs $25 to about $65 per ad. You can drop an ad weekly or an ad monthly, or any national classified ads that you want to use. You can also use Snapchat ads. Usually the people on Snapchat are younger, they're more responsive than Facebook and Google ads. Google ads, Facebook ads is too expensive, and the audience nowadays is not very responsive. So if you're going to do that, use Snapchat ads. You can use MLM Gateway. Those are a bunch of people that are typically sellers. They're typically frustrated with what they're doing because in most cases they are selling lotions, potions, and pills, and they're not making any money, and they're desperate to try to find something or try to get their money back out of whatever it is they're in. This is something that I put on my MLM Gateway. You can pause the video and read this if you want to, but I'm going to go ahead and move on. Basically, on MLM Gateway, you're looking for people that are frustrated, and you want to teach them, what you've learned or what you are learning. Just show them what you now know that they still don't know. They're still selling lotions, potions, and pills. Let's go ahead and move on here. And of course, that's what we do. Can you do that? You can choose one of those methods, or you can choose them all. Are you willing to do it? That's what it amounts to. It's not a matter of can you do it. It's easy. Anyone can do it. It's just a matter of are you willing to do it? And here's the answer to why bother with referrals. Do I have to? And of course, the answer to that is no. You can do it all by yourself because it is an investment portfolio. but it is in your best interest to create a team, and here is why. The first reason is bills are due right now. So you need to establish some immediate income because it does take time for the money to grow. Most of you need to earn 100, 500, 1,000, 5,000, $30,000. You need that money to invest with, because investing large amounts of your own personal funds into any one of these platforms is extremely risky. I would not advise you to go cash in your IRA or your pension fund to invest in these platforms. Continue doing what you're doing and just simply add on to what you have right now. I'm going to pause this and reopen. I'm having major problems with my PowerPoint. Give me just a second. Okay, as I was saying, let's see if, let's see, we got to go back to the current slide here. The thing is going to take me back to the beginning, probably. Okay, here we go. 4 reasons. First reason, as I was saying, bills are due now, and as I was saying, it is too risky to take, money out of your pension or out of your IRA. You want to leave your current situation as it is. You simply want to add this into your life. You don't want to go and disrupt everything else you had going up to this point. Of course, the second reason is you want to help other people. Why would you not want to help your family, your friends, your colleagues, the people closest to you? Of course, you want to see them make money and be in the same situation as you are. Zig Ziglar said, you can have everything in life you want if you will just help other people get what they want. And that is typically very true. The third reason, of course, is to have a backup plan. You need to build your own network. These platforms are here today. They could be gone, next year, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. You wake up and your money's gone, so you need to have money in various places, and you need to have a backup plan because your network will always be there. So even if one platform disappears, you can just simply get started again on a different platform because your network is already in place. And the fourth reason, of course, this is for you cynics, is we receive referral commissions. Duh. We get anywhere from 5% to 15% of deposit bonus for direct referrals, or you can receive up to 25% on the profit sharing bonus, which I'll compare those for you in just a second. So let's say you had 3 referrals. They build up deposits. Let me find my cursor here. They build up deposits to $1 million each. That's 3 of them. So they have $3 million in their portfolio. Between the 3 of them at 2% daily, they are earning $60,000 daily between the 3 of them, and you're receiving 10% of that, give you a $6,000 daily income. That's 365 days per year, not 7. Not 5 days per week. That would give you an annual income of $1.5 million. So that's going to be less risky when you're dealing with other people's money, because now you're earning money from interest so that you don't have to fool around with too much of your own money. So there's a lot less risk when you're using your earned bonuses and your commission, not your own funds. Let's go ahead and compare the profit sharing to the deposit bonus. You see with the profit sharing, if someone comes in, let's find my cursor here, they deposit $30,000 and it grows to $1 million. That's going to give them interest of $970,000, and you're receiving a matching bonus of 25% of that interest, which would give you $242,000 just from one referral. That's another reason we get referrals. If you compare that to the deposit bonus, which a lot of you think the deposit bonus is better because it's up front, but you see if someone puts $30,000 into a deposit and it grows to that $1 million, you're just getting 10% of that $30,000. So you see that's not even a comparison. So the profit sharing is going to be much more profitable in the long run than a deposit bonus. You really have to pay attention to that, because the most important thing on this is not going to be whether or not you're getting 1%, 2%, 3% daily. The biggest part of this program is going to be on the referral program. So you want to pay more attention to the referral program than you do what necessarily the platform is paying on a daily basis. Some of these platforms, or most of these platforms, do have a second, third, fourth, fifth level profit sharing also. One of them actually has a profit sharing all the way down to infinity if you have $10,000 on your portfolio or more. But the daily income is capped at $15,000 daily, $75,000 weekly, which would give you another 3.9 on your profit share income, plus your personal portfolio at 5.3, your direct referrals at the 1.5 would give you an annual income of $10,784,000 per year. And of course, you ask yourself, can you live with a $10,784,000 total income? I know I could, but most people can't. Not most people, some of you can't. But of course, we have 13 different platforms. So if you're a member of all 13 platforms, it gives you the opportunity to make well over $140 million annually. Some of you are really ambitious. I can see some of you creating a $1 billion portfolio. That's billion with a B, as in bite me. I mean, I could really see a lot of you doing that. I'm not that ambitious. I'm lazy. I'm old. You know, I could probably live off of interest off of $1 million per year. I'm just not that ambitious anymore. And of course, you ask, why get referrals? Now that seems like a dumb question, right? Because you get 25% of the profits. You know, the interest. That's what, 30, someone has 38 million, you get 25%. That's 950,000. Where's my cursor? That's $950,000 in your pocket. And of course, that gives you the opportunity to hedge your risk so that you're not playing around with all of your own money. That's the point in the referrals. But you have to build your network, you know, your crew, as McDonald's says, you know, your employees. And here is what I am going to do to help you achieve this goal. I'm going to give you the free tools, you know, the videos, if you want to use my videos, or you can create your own. Give you the website, you know, or you can create your own. You know, give you the software so you can send out, you know, your text ads, or you can do whatever you want to do. You can use my ads or create your own. I'm also going to give you free training on how to use these things. I'm not going to charge you $4.97 for a course, as many people you find on YouTube or the internet are doing. I'm going to help you drive free traffic to your free websites so that you can get the referrals, so that you can earn $100,000, $500,000, $30,000, so that you can invest in your portfolio, so that you can get rich. But I can't do this stuff for you. If I give you 3 people, how are you going to help those 3 people get their 3 people? You have to select the right sponsor, and you have to be the right sponsor. I mean, that's going to be crucial to your success, and that's going to be crucial to the success of the people that you bring into the business. You know, what will your sponsor do to help you help them? You have to follow instructions. Need you to come in and imitate and duplicate. Don't need you to come in and contemplate. You're just going to overthink things. You can't automate success, and that is so true because I tried. You actually have to get into the trenches and work with people. You have to do the work. You know, people are more comfortable working with other people so that when something doesn't go their way or they have problems, they have someone to call. You can't do this on some sort of anonymous automation. I could easily create an automated funnel, but that does not work as well as working directly with the people. Marketing and networking is your business. You know, hiring employees, you know, and what's the main thing about hiring employees? You have to train and retain your employees, just like any other business. That is what's going to be key. And you ask, how many referrals do I need? Well, as I said, you need a minimum of 3 ever. That's ever, not per week, not per month, not per year. You just have to train and retain the 3 that you bring in. You don't have to go out and recruit the world. And as I said, training and retention is crucial. Now, if you go out and you want to do 1 person per week, which is easy to train 1 person per week, you're going to be filthy, filthy rich. You're going to be one of those people that may create a $1 billion portfolio. That's billion as in boy, as in bite me. And of course, we're not selling anything. As I said earlier, you know, we're simply exposing an opportunity that most people don't even know exists. As we went through the conversation, you know, hey Joe, I'm earning 2% daily in my portfolio. I'm doubling my money every 2 months. Who in their right mind would not want to double their money? You know, just ask them. You want to take a look at it? Take a look at the website or take a look at this video if you're interested. You know, I'll send you the other video. And if you want to get started, just follow the instructions at the end of the video. That's it. You know, that approach is going to make you successful. You know, if you go out and you try to sell this, you know, you're going to fail. This is not some sort of Ponzi scheme. We're not selling lotions, potions, pills. I mean, this is not a pyramid. You know, this is an investment portfolio. I mean, all of your deposits go into your trading portfolio or your annuity. The referral bonuses come from the company's profit sharing pool, not your deposits. You know, so the company's not using your deposits to fund an upline. You can withdraw all or some of your balance at any time without any penalties. And of course, you can make additional deposits into your annuity so that you can increase your profits at any time. You never lose control of your money. And of course, you receive daily and monthly statements for transparency. Only thing you have to do, as I said, is send your referrals an invitation to your website or to the intro video that you viewed. And just simply allow the presentation to do the work. You know, if they're interested, you know, they're going to contact you. You know, then you send them the invitation web page or video. They either join or they don't. But you don't ever get discouraged when people don't join, because the nature of most people is to be cynical and to be skeptical. You know, they're just going to look at it and say, huh, yeah, right. You know, that doesn't work. That's the nature. That's human nature. They're programmed that way through their public education, their public school system. They teach you to get a job and pay taxes. You know, obviously we're self-employed. We don't pay taxes unless you want to pay taxes. So, of course, most people are programmed to get a job and be W-2 employees, so they pay taxes. The government tax them first. And of course, you ask yourself, does it work? You know, you have to ask yourself, you know, how did I get to this point? You know, why did I click the link? And why did it work on you? It worked on you because you're in the target market. You're someone that wants to work from home. You want to make more money. You want to get rich. You want to do it fast. You're one of those business-minded individuals. You're an entrepreneur, salesperson. You're an investor. Of course, you want to build a retirement portfolio. You may be starting late in life. You're 50, 60, 70 years old, and you don't have a retirement portfolio set up. You need to save money. You need to do it fast. Maybe you want to start a college fund for your kids. Stick a penny. Well, you can't stick a penny in there. Stick $1 in the account and just let it grow. And your kid has a college fund. You're simply going to be duplicating the exact same process that got you here. And if it worked on me and it worked on you, it will work on others. The main thing is, are you willing to learn how to do this, and are you willing to put in some work? Are you going to take action to become a multimillionaire? Are you going to do what rich people do? And if the answer is yes, I need you to click the button, below this video so that you can join the network. And of course, it's free. You don't have to get anything out. It's free to get started. So go ahead and get down to business. Get in the game before they change the game, as I say. As I'm looking for players. I'm looking for people that want to get in the game and take some shots. Not ride the bench or just watch from the bleachers. Need you to get in the game and take some shots. Play the game. And of course, check your email on a regular basis. That's important. Communication is typically done via email and/or text. Typically, I am not going to call you, but of course, feel free to call me, or call your sponsor, when you need help. I don't know what you know. And more importantly, I don't know what you don't know, and neither does your sponsor. So if you have questions, you need help, you have to send out a text or send an email or just pick up the phone and call. Get started now. Of course, the sooner you get started, the sooner you are rich. Get in the game before they change the game. Talk to you on the next video.